Mic check. Mic check. Cool. Hey there, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been getting some painting done. How are you? Afternoon all. Hope everybody's well out there. Are we all keeping, people? It's a bit of a hot day outside, so I thought I'd sit in the little hobby studio. It's nice and cool. I haven't streamed for a while either. Or sat down to do some painting. So, 3 birds, 1 effort. But enough of me. How are you? So I'm just trying to get that little tabard of his painted. It's quite dark, so you can't really see in it. And it's yeah, kind of inverted, so it's not the easiest to paint. But it's a leather tabard with like one of these hammers on it, basically. A bit like a shield. It's got the hammer on it. I thought support for Windows 10 was out of date, so why is it offering updates? That's a strange lack of support, isn't it? We don't support it anymore, but we'll still send you updates. Hey, cheers for the mixed messaging. So how are we, peeps? Have we been painting anything ourselves out there? Getting any hobbying done? Where's that book? Ah well, we'll forget the book. We need some matte light though. Hang on a second, what colour is? Bugger it. We'll make it up as we go. Hey Longinus, how we doing, bro? Been a hot money? You keeping well, sir? We're getting there, we're getting there. It's the Adhd Rockfist Finecast model. And I don't know why they call them Finecast, because some of the resin models have got the worst mouldings ever on. It's not what I would call a Finecast. But we do try and make the best of them, dude. What's happening? How you been doing, Longinus? Just thought I'd come and have a nice quiet little paint. Weather's a little bit hot outside. It's nice and cool in this painting room, so nice place to chill. Not really. I've got to be honest. I near enough predicted England's first result. My brother were asking me, what do you think it's going to be? And I said 3-2. Apparently it was 4-2, so I wasn't far off that one. But no, I don't really entertain the bread and circuses. Each to their own, but not for me. I think I might have to go down a brush size. This is crazy. Yeah, we might have to drop. Oh no. I just cleaned my brush and my coffee. That was a quality move, wasn't it? Sugary brushes. What everybody wants. Right, where's that fine brush? I don't think I've used this fine one yet. Where is it? Is that it? No. Is that it? That's it. What about you? You been watching all the footy? Who's at the top of each of the groups then? I haven't been tracking it whatsoever, dude. The greatest bit of news and update that I've heard lately is Keir Starmer resigned. Nice one. I found it shocking that he ever got there in the first place, to be quite honest. I understand the mechanisms how it's done. It's just quite shocking it was allowed to work. I hope you're all well out there anyway. Feel free to grab a model, come down, sit and paint. That's what we're here for. Try and inspire some of you to get some painting done. My great-great-great-great-grandpa was arrested and sent on a penal ship to the colonies for stealing clothes, shoes in Gloucestershire. Unrelated, but nice space wolf. That's quite the story, dude. That is quite the story. To the colonies for stealing clothes. Well, seems a bit extreme, doesn't it? And if he hadn't stolen clothes, he might have got shipped off or running around in the nude. So there was no win for the guy, really, was there? That kind of sucks. But good to see you, Gallison Gaming. Welcome in. I think that's the first time I've seen your name there, buddy. Thanks for swinging by. Do any hobbying yourself? Painting of various models? My lad's on the Discord's big into his Gunpla. Does a lot of Gundam stuff. And Angelica's just been getting really big into a Joy Toy collection. That's coming along now. She's just got a fantastic looking Black Templar Terminator. Looks awesome. How am I going to do with that then? That's asking a bit much, but we'll see. I can't even see to paint it. Bloody hell. Take my glasses off, ironically, I can see better. Can't see your comments better though. That's why I've got my phone just down in front of me. See, if I squint really tight, like, I can just about see. Oh, there's those on the back. How are we all then, people? As you can hear, no heavy guitars, no heavy music. Just nice, steady, down tempo, chill vibes, just studying painter. Went to a friend's live the other day. He plays a lot of metal-like guitar in the background, and I sat here trying to paint. And honestly, I found it the least conducive music to painting to, and I just had to leave the live, to be fair. Which is a shame. He's a good guy. I like his lives, but I can't paint to grinding metal guitar, to be quite honest. I've still got that cable to do as well. Purple, blue. It's going to be something like a yellow then, isn't it? Start with an orange. Proper nice orange that, isn't it? That's Fire Dragon Bright. Aha. looks so bad. Well, I do, because it's a resin finecast model. They all look terrible. Note to self, stop buying finecast because it's not so fine. I'm sticking myself inside the head with the microphone. to move that mic away. Turn the camera. A bit better. Might not smack my head on the microphone as much. Not happy with that bit whatsoever. That looks goddamn awful. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I might just delete it. Plain and simple. Hey, Patrick. I'm doing well, thank you, sir. How are you? I'll be honest, I'm escaping the heat of outside, hiding in my little painting dungeon. Well, it's got to that point in life where if I let it grow to anything more than a millimeter, sadly, I've now got little weird tufts. And so, any hair at all, sadly, is no longer an option. So it's either shave it or have tufts. So yeah, life's left me with a great choice there, dude. Waiting to be saved by the bell. Got any nice plans for the evening though, Patrick? What day is it? We're on Monday, aren't we? Oh no, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Oh, the days blend together for myself. Oh yes, I haven't finished the Big Wolfie guy off yet. He's still there. He's still waiting. I haven't managed to do much on him beyond the base coating, to be fair. Started this guy at the same time, and then for some reason I'm pulled to finish this one more. So that's what we're doing. Well, we've also got like a partly painted Canis Wolfborn here too. And it'd be a really cool painted model, I think. Yes, I know that feeling. Well, my little dogs had them out at, I don't know, it must have been about 8:30 this morning. By 10 o'clock, the pavement's hot, the grass is dry, it's not exactly a comfortable walk. So they've just been going out in the garden, doing their little pondering and whatnot, and then they come back in. When it gets after 6, maybe 7, we'll go for a nice long walk down the farmer's track. And that'll cheer them up a little bit for being stuck in all day. Well, compared to some of the heats abroad, no we're not. But for the average bearable temperature in this country, for our people, yeah, this weather's a bit hot and sticky, I think. It's us Brits, we like it a bit cool. I mean, I don't mind it too much. I tan like a bronzed Adonis, I'll be quite honest with you. I tan very well. I don't mind the sun. But those two wee dags of mine, that's a different story. They flaked out in the living room, spread on the back, going, help me. Exactly. You Brits aren't good for that. Exactly, brother. That African heat, oh, I think that would be a quick way to dwindle the population, to be quite honest. Stick them in Africa for a bit. There'd be less coming back than what went. Got my glasses on so I'm not squinting to read comments. Ah, did you get a nice breeze on that coast? A nice breeze, I wish I could speak. Ah, Scottish Heritage. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from, Patrick? Oh, let's not go into the days of the old Indian trading company, eh? The imperialistic days. When we pretended we were doing them all favours. Yeah. It's getting there. Slowly but surely. I've got most of the shield done. Don't know why my camera's not picking up. There we go. Still got all the face, still got the tabard to do, still got all the tidying up. But he's getting there. It's all the little gradients that's so time consuming. My great grandfather was from Dunfermline. I love Dunfermline. You know, Falkirk Mountain right next to Dunfermline. I spent some crazy hours up there, getting off my nuts, spinning tunes, banging out techno. Oh, some good times up on Falkirk Mountain, mate. A really good friend of mine still lives in Dunfermline, Bruce, and he still does a lot of music tech work. Called Bainstown. Not familiar with that, I'll have to look it up. Oh, in the Anglo-Boer War, in the Queen's Guard, and then came and settled here. To be fair, if I managed to get out of the country and I was somewhere in Africa, I'd probably settle over there too. Definitely. At least there's land. Lots and lots of land. Easy, Jack. Good morning, dude. Hope you're well. My microphone setting looks quite high on that screen, so let me just drop it down a touch. Nobody said anything, so I've had to notice it. And us ADHD folk, we don't notice things when we're all hyper-focused and shit. How are you, dude? We're having some killer games of Helldivers lately, Patrick. It's been a real treat. Keep posting the old clips on the channel, like. High Five did a good one the other day. He's there charging into this spider walker I was trying to deal with. I see him fly past my right hand side in this vehicle. And I see the vehicle glowing with lots of little red dots, and I'm thinking, what the hell is High Five doing? Well, High Five decided to stick a load of mines to his vehicle, drive it into a spider walker, and it went boom. It went boom so much it caused my PS5 to slow down. It was a big boom. Crazy man. Dog also. I think that makes a lot of sense. It's a bit wordy for treat others as how you wish to be treated, but yep, fair comment. Especially the dog. I'm glad they added about the dog. Yeah, well, I got it. When was it? Start of the week, dude. Bought myself a nice, like gaming chair, office chair. Can't remember what it's called. Cross something or other, X Cross or something like that. Very comfortable. Could do with a little bit more height adjustment on it. It doesn't go up very high. But it's a very comfortable chair, and after a year of sitting on a cage on, with no back support, it feels absolutely dreamy, I'll be honest with you. I treated myself to my first mechanical keyboard I've had in my life. That's a real treat. Then I got the it's about an 8-button Logitech 50 something G50 something mouse, and that's pretty cool too. Hey, anytime, bro, anytime. There should be a link on the bio. I think you're already in the server, though, aren't you, Patrick? Just watch out for us. We're there nearly every night. Sometimes till silly o'clock in the morning. I'm blame Mother of Machines for that one in Adhd. They live over in Canada and I play a lot with them, so I'm often up quite late playing. All for democracy, my friend. More the merrier. Not been doing so much SM2 recently. I don't know. There wasn't much left to do on it for me, and then we started doing those the hard weeklies, the hard stratagems, and to be honest, they're that difficult. It stopped the game feeling fun, so I've kind of backed away from that one for a little while. But any budding space moons that want to level up and grind, I'm quite happy to help. Doing a few more public games more than private these days. I used to just play with bots an awful lot. Pretty soon out, but being cautious for my credit card. Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Open honesty, I've still got, hang on, my phone's just died, so I can't give you the exact amount, but I still have about just shy of 1500 on one, and probably 500 on another. So yeah, live and learn. It's not so good when they've got those high percentage APRs. I'm not of good standing to get offered these 0% cards though. But even 0%, I think it's only 0% for like the first month. If you pay it all off in the first month, there's no interest. Did you end up doing the whole Armageddon box, dude? Or was that another vicarious avoidance purchase? I'll be honest, hands up, I did not bother. I'm not remotely interested, and the amount of horse crap that I've heard about the Armageddon box, I don't ever want to hear about it again. Exactly that. Not even the core rulebook. And then my mate, who I post on Almost server, Merlin's Miniatures, he had the rulebook pre-order for £12. And I've got codexes. I've got codexes that are thicker than the 11th edition rulebook. That's sad. That's really fucking sad. It's almost like they're trying to completely get rid of like the original fan base. You know, as geeky nerdy types. We'll give them a crappy little book. They'll not be happy with that. I'll be honest, I bought that Kill Team box set and I still haven't had a game of Kill Team. I thought, oh, no, I'll get Kill Team, get a load of squads. Surely they'll be a lot easier to have a game of. Still not managed to have a game. Yeah, I'd agree with that. You mean the cards like the mission cards? I think that's what they were. Is that what you mean? say, well, these are my unpainted wolves. So they're all my unpainted ones. And in here, are all my painted ones. So we're just doing the, it's somewhere under 50 unpainted models, I think. So we're just finishing off the wolves and then we'll get back onto the Yadari. Yeah, tell me about it. I thought I'll have a break from Space Wolves, started painting some Adhd, you know, all good and all that, but there you go, Dreadnought's coming along nicely. But they, you know, because of the paint scheme that I've chose, I've kind of made my life a little difficult, because I don't do airbrushing. To do that sort of Zindan Fall highlights, yeah, it'd be a lot easier with an airbrush. But then again, you know, I've never been one for making my life easy, I'll be quite honest. I don't know, I think I'm a bit glutton for punishment. I've got like this little electronic airbrush my brother bought me at Christmas, but apart from that, I've never even used one. I thought about using it, but then I thought, well, hang on a minute, if I use it, I don't have the correct paints for it, I don't have all the stuff to clean it, and then I'm just gonna bugger up the one airbrush I have that I've never used. And because I don't use an airbrush, I'm not going out to buy air paints, I'm not going out of my way to buy stuff to clean an airbrush. So, you know, it just sits there not being used, really. "40 years with a brush in my hand. Just some basic rubbing alcohol." Oh, I've got the space in here, I could set something up easy enough. It's just, do I want to start learning whole new techniques? And to be honest, I've never been a massive fan of airbrushed models. Sure, the blends look impressive, but that's because you've used an airbrush. If you can paint those blends with a paintbrush, then I'll be impressed. You know what I mean? If that was done with an airbrush, I would not be half as happy with it as I am. But that is hand painted. That feels worthwhile. Well, that's kind of it, isn't it? That's kind of it. I don't know. I've got 3 boxes of red Corsairs. I've literally got no interest in the red Corsairs, but I have the Maelstrom Battle Force, I have the Combat Patrol, and I have Huron and Islot. Sometime maybe in about 3 years, when I eventually unbox them and glue them together, I might pull out an airbrush and just airbrush some red Corsairs, because I'm not the remotest bit bothered about them. But I'm in no rush. That's if I don't end up selling them or giving them away first. My backlog of models, let's see, I've got about 114 Adhd, including Harlequins, including Drukhari, and including Adhd, to build, let alone paint, I've got somewhere between, what have we got, 5, 10, that's 20, that's 25, that's 30, that's 35, 45 models including 5 Wolf Riders, a Dreadnought. No, that'd be 46. Plus we've got a Land Raider and a gunship and an Invictus battlesuit. So that's what, 48 Space Wolves left to paint. On top of a 120 Adhd. Yeah. It's not happening anytime soon, is it? Just gotta keep painting, brother. I could make my life a lot easier and be less of a detailist and want things to look as tidy as possible and just, you know, that looks alright, that'll do for a tabletop. ADHD says no. Do it properly, Michael. Don't you dare, otherwise you'll stare at that model, real unhappy with it, for the rest of its life. You haven't painted for over 30 years to start cutting corners now. That's what I tell myself. And I'll be honest, right, I've only just started doing stuff like dry brushing. Never really bothered before. Again, I thought I had negative opinions on dry brushing. Folks that choose to dry brush do what they want, but yeah, it was never for me. But recently, there are a few models where I've started doing a bit of dry brushing. So that's yeah, that's something new. I'm alright with just that little something new for the minute. Oh, that little dopamine hit. Oh, that little dopamine hit can go to hell at the moment, I'll be quite honest with you, dude. I was paid the other day, and let's just say close to 4-figure disappeared in about 3 days. I don't know where. I paid my bills, I paid my credit cards, I bought a gaming chair, a keyboard and a mouse, but that were only a couple of £100. And I'm not right clever with money, you know, so I try and avoid the compulsive stuff and getting stuck into Games Workshop FOMO. Fear of missing out, you must buy Armageddon. Get this limited run box set. Go fuck yourselves. I've done it for 30 years, I ain't doing it no more. I'm starting to learn in my old age. Well, you know, it doesn't help with the instant technology and everything being instant this, instant that. We used to write letters once upon a time to his pen pals that lived in other countries, and it might take a month till you got a reply, or maybe 2 months, some of them 6 months. There was no instant gratification then, and I felt so much happier in those days. Maybe instant gratification is the key to a lack of happiness, because it's short bursts, quick dopamine hits, whereas a prolonged, gentle release of dopamine through a happy life sounds much more conducive to me than little spiky hits. Or maybe I'm just some lunatic ADHD madman with stupid ideas. But hey, I'll not be the judge of that. That tune by Baz Luhrmann, everybody's free to wear, what is it, to wear sun cream or something like that, sunscreen. Everybody's free to feel good. He's right when he's talking about the advice in that tune. It's all very good advice. Where is it? Let me see if we can find it. Because we don't give a damn about copyright strikes on this channel. I am not sponsored. I do not do memberships. I do not do Patreon. I do not accept Google ads. Not any form of payment. Basically, so I can maintain free speech, say what the fuck that I want, and not beholden to any money holders. And if you subscribe to my channel, that's it. You're part of it. Period. Hey, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 19,
Hoorah!
wear sunscreen.
Great advice.
You only one tip for the future. Sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable.
I do genuinely love this tune. It's fantastic.
Experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind.
You won't understand the power and beauty of your youth until it's too late.
But trust me, in 20 years, you look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility.
You ever done that, Patrick? Look back at your younger self and think, bloody hell, you were a good looking lad, that fella.
Don't worry about the future, or worry.
And it's right, I used to think I was a right horrible little bastard. I look back though at some of the teenage years and it's like, no, you're an handsome chap, that young lad. At the moment, I'm painting Adhd and wolves, but like I said earlier, I've got the red corsairs. Thinking about expanding out, what it's like, how far can you expand out when I've got so much to paint in the first place? And I think I'm only sticking with these is because I've got this idea in my head to do this huge diorama, full tabletop diorama with the Space Wolves, the Yanari and the Red Corsairs. But in order to pull that image off in my mind, I have to paint everything, and then I have to make a hell of a scenario in a table, and then somehow make it look good as a diorama. And it's going to take up a lot of space. But for some reason I can't just shake it off. I can't do a Taylor Swift and shake it off. You know, Jack,
You'll miss them when they're gone.
I'm not gonna argue with you,
Maybe
bro.
you'll marry, maybe you won't.
Everything screams it would
Maybe
make so much
you
sense.
won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the
It's
funky
just me and my
at
ASD
75
stuck
or
in my
whatever.
routines and stubborn
Whatever you
ways.
do, don't
I know
let
exactly what the
anybody
problem
instruct
is.
too much or berate
I'm the
you too
problem.
much. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance. Even if you have nowhere to do it but in your own living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines.
They will only make you feel ugly.
Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past. And
That about the parents is very, very true now.
Understand that friends come and go.
It's funny, my mum's not here anymore,
Hold on.
and the amount of questions that I'd like to ask her, and I'll not get to ask.
Because the older you get,
So I think that's a really good piece of advice, that.
when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, you too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders.
Sounds like me now, does that?
Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse. But you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85.
Hey, don't mess
Be
too much
careful
with your
whose
hair.
advice you buy.
I'm 43 and look, it's bald.
Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and
Why don't
recycling
you?
it for more than it's worth.
Why don't make
But
list
trust
people
me,
come
I'm
buy you,
sunscreen.
give you the stuff you want? I'm all good. I'm all good, bro. I have more stuff that I own that I really don't want. I don't need more stuff. I don't. I'm literally in the process and the thoughts of how do I get rid of a lot of my shit. I want to get it back down. I know if I go back 15 years, I was essentially, I could live out of a rucksack. I had a box of books, some sketch pads, a bass guitar, and a laptop. Didn't need no else, you know, in terms of hobbying. I keep it this way because, well, I don't know. It's just the way I do things. I've never been a big fan of the capitalist mindset. I've never been a big fan of money, period. You know, I just guess I like to keep things how I'm comfortable with them, I might say. But no, I'm good. If there's anything I need in my life, I'm on enough to be able to get things. But my time, my time spent doing things that I enjoy. My whole channel's about, well, it's complex artist and my hobbies, whether it be music, whether it be models, whether it be gaming, whether it be my dogs, whether it be life. I don't try to be anything that I'm not, and I don't want anything to influence that because I know how my head works. It can be very easily influenced if I'm not consciously aware of shit. I get carried away with ideas, ADHD for example, but I don't need it. Money's often caused me a lot of bothers. So now I've got enough to get me by if I spend it wisely. I was just saying earlier, I can blow 4 figures and not even know where it goes. I got a nice payout not so long ago. Well, I say not so long ago, we're going back to about 2019 maybe. I was owed a fair bit of money. It all came into my bank account at once, and basically within 6 weeks, a healthy 5-figure sum had just disappeared and I had nothing to show for it. So personally, I'd rather not have money. It certainly doesn't buy happiness. I know rather wealthy people that are fucking miserable, so I don't want to be one of those. Give up your life, give up your time, give up your energy. For what? 60, 70 years of your life, and then you can retire with all the money that you've made? You're 70. You've burnt the best years of your life slaving for some other twat who just fixed you into their plans because you didn't make plans for yourself. I don't like the sound of that either. Where else have we got to do? We've done that, we've done his feet. His belt. I'll tell you what I'd much more appreciate. Friendship, connection, community. People to live life with. All stuff that money cannot buy. And if money can't buy the stuff that I want, why would I want money? Is that a fair question? You know that little so. Little dog's curled up in doorway, bless her. Well, about as far as we're getting today, I think. Well, let's see if we can get the camera to focus. We've got the shield mostly done. Start doing the first layer of edge highlights in one shade, but we'll go up another 2 shades. We'll fill in some more details. We've got the hammer to do, we've got his chromium to do, we've got his head to do. I don't know, another couple of sessions he'll be done. Amen. I'm glad I'm not completely insane and somebody agrees. No. I've got my dogs. My dogs bring me more happiness than any amount of money could. When they go, I don't know what I'll do. Probably get another dog. Keep life simple. It makes it easier. I don't know. Trust me, right? So, if we go back to when I was 20, 25, that's 15, 20 years ago. I used to be banging to life coaching, personal development, self-improvement, business, property investments. And I've met some of the wealthiest property managers in this country. Kevin Green being the one person with the single largest property portfolio in the country, who actually started life as a farmer. Well, he inherited a farm, so take that as you will. But yeah, he's an happy bloke because he enjoys what he's doing. But you know, he said he'd still do what he did even if it didn't make him all the money because he enjoys doing it. That's kind of my approach. I enjoy doing what I do. Nobody needs to pay me to enjoy doing what I do. What kind of dog? I have a teacup chihuahua who's 1.4 kilogram, who just turned 14 on the 19th of this month. So happy birthday, little Coco. And the one in the doorway is an all black little fox faced Pomeranian. And that's Marzo, and she's just bloody beautiful. I love that dog. She's 12 in September. Hey, I put that picture together and had it tune it up. Thank you very much. That is not all AI. I put out what I want and asked it to refine it. And then, can you help me do some atmosphere, and can you do some filling around the desk? So yeah. But I appreciate it. If it's that good that they thought it's pure AI, I'll take that as a compliment, dude. Oh, a pit bull. Ah, I've had a pit bull. They are the most loyal, funny, happy little dogs. It's how you raise pit bulls. I used to have a little, he had a brown teardrop, and he was called Diesel. And he was the biggest, lazy little shit I've ever known. He used to sit on the sofa next to me. He'd spread his legs like a bloke, let his balls hang out. He'd sit there getting high and watching TV. Most chilled out Staffy I've ever known. But I will have a look. That picture basically comes up because it's on OBS, and to take a picture on my phone, then to send it over to my PC, to upload it, to then add it onto OBS to set a thumbnail picture. What I do is I'll have that default picture. When I end the live, YouTube allows me to change the thumbnail from a shot within the live, which is more content based, if you will. So yeah, it's like a placeholder. Had 11 of them. That's a bit extreme. 11 of any dog sounds a little bit OTT and glutton for punishment. Besides that, how can you actually look after 11 dogs properly? 2 or 3 in your attention is constantly divided. Little ghetto. A little. Sounds like she was selling crack and she needed some guard dogs. She didn't, I did. You lost me there. She didn't what? Oh, look after the dogs. Oh, she shouldn't have 11 in the first place. Shouldn't have 1 if she's not looking after them. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I figure. Well, at least you were there, pal. Did you say an X? Oh no, you said no roommate. I hate pit bulls. My XGF, yeah, X. X is for a reason, right? Show up. Never heard of such a show. I'm not a fan of AI at all. I'll be quite honest, I'm quite anti-AI. I don't think it's doing any good for the world, like they tried to fill people and gaslight them and fill them full of false hope about what wonderful AI can do. Well, right now, AI is causing us to have a war for our own water. It's also sent electric through the fucking roof. It's using over 1 million megawatts just in the ones that are built in America at the moment. The absolute toxicity of the water that comes out after cooling, of which they claimed it would go through a cleaning filter system and would return to source in a clean standard, that was complete bullshit. Personally, I'd quite happily go and burn all the AI data centers down and have a fucking good time doing it. I can't stand the fucking stuff. But then again, that's just me. Well, I admitted it. Completely openly admitted it. If even, and the question was put, if you were to be mutually consentable and living happily alongside human beings, would you still see them as a threat? And the AI said, yes. Human beings have the ability for the off switch. That is the greatest threat to AI. So it would wipe us out the minute it could, just because it's afraid we might turn it off. Well, imagine if you applied that to human beings. Wow, baby's born. Well, we better turn it off. Better kill it before it turns something off. It's absolute bollocks. No, not at all. It's just a suitable picture. And he's kind of was more of an inspiration for me to try and get my work area sorted in that kind of setup. So I do a bit of music stuff, a bit of gaming stuff, a bit of like painting stuff, all available. Basically fucking trying to get ideas. No, but if it was easier and I used my phone more just to take quick pictures or thumbnails and shit like that. My phone's even dead, I couldn't even do it now. If I wanted to do it on YouTube, I can't do it once I've gone live, so I'd have to take the picture before I even go live to insert it into OBS, which means take a picture on your phone, transfer it to your PC, sort out the size, then put on OBS just to go live. What a ball ache. You know? I'm only going live to paint. But if you have a look at my other lives, they all had the same picture on, but after I've been live, I then go and change the thumbnail for some content from the live, if that makes sense. Come back and check the thumbnail shortly. So I'm going to jump off, sort the dogs out, get them some food. Best part of 3 o'clock, is it? Bloody 4:30. I'm supposed to feed them at 3. Paint water. That's the paint water. That's the coffee. If we're really fussed about money, right, you could pay me to drink that, not on your fucking life. Rather Jag. Patrick, if you're still there, cheers for calling by and a bit of banter, always appreciate it. And I'll take that into consideration. We'll look for getting some other thumbnail. Because yeah, if that's a fair perspective and that's what you think, it's a little bit shit. I've slurped bong water before. I guarantee you that's worse than Citadel paint water. 100 times worse. Hey, welcome home, Patrick. That bell ticked then, eh? Well, get home, quick shower, something to eat, get your feet up and enjoy, my friend. What, having to boil the bong water to make a coffee? That'd be a fucking hard life, wouldn't it? Oh, that's fucking rank. I don't thank you for that image. No, I remember one time living back in Leeds. I was at Leeds College of Music at the time, doing sound engineering, like studio engineering. And my younger brother had come over for a visit, and we'd gone out on a bit of a night out and come back. It was the day after the night out, all absolutely battered, just smoking some ganj. And my brothers, I think we'd been to club, then we went to after hours club, got back home to mine for about 1 in the afternoon, and this must have been about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. My little brother's absolutely wasted, shattered, I was. And then I watched him reach down, he had this can of beer right next to, and basically a 2-litre bottle with a big pipe in it that we used to call the Brav. And he thought he was picking up his beer. Oh no, he picked up the bong. And without even thinking, right, A, it's not a can, it's a bottle. That's a big giveaway, but he just went, oh! And, oh, the chunks. Mate, I'm not going into any more details, but watching your brother drink bong water, it stays with you, let's put it that way. Yeah. Not to worry. It didn't harm him. I'm sure it didn't taste good. I just remember it was like slow motion. Yardie in the bong water. Go, go. Fun times, memories. Right then, peeps, I'm gonna jump, get myself sorted. I'll see you next time. Patrick, drop us a message on Discord. Jag, you want to play a bit of Helldivers? We're usually on nightly. Come and have some liberty! I will, mate, I will. All the best to you both. Take it easy, peoples. Peace out.